to start with just massive grunting. There we go. Well, the stream is on. Welcome back to our Three Idiots Talking podcast. I'm once again joined by Noah and Cole. We are filming the divisional round games that are currently taking place right as we speak. No, we are not going to let the currently the score is 0-0 in the first quarter, so we have no advantage currently as to who might win this game, at least the first one, but I apologize for the late upload. We tried to do this 2 days ago, and Noah didn't respond.
That's adorable.
Cole tried to put this together 2 days ago, and Noah didn't respond.
Did you respond?
I was waiting on Noah. I was free.
Okay, that's responsible.
Oh, there was an error.
Anyway,
probably my Discord account.
That is true. Noah got locked out of his Discord account, so he had to make a new one because he's retarded. All right. Let's get this going, though. We're going to review, as we always do, what happened last week with our playoff predictions. Crazy-ass wild card round. Shit was lit. It was very interesting to watch, and Cole's very happy.
Warmed my heart.
Very first game we had was the Seahawks-Niners. Noah riding with his boy Gino, live or die with him, and he did crash and burn. Unfortunately for Noah,
I think it's because they have Kobe Bryant on their team.
Wow. You really went there.
Wow.
Me and Cole already went there during the game.
You really went there.
Wow. During the game.
Wow. We are getting demonetized on this one, boys. That is for sure. Okay. Anyway, 49ers did win. Cole and I picked the 49ers. Noah, unfortunately, went with the Seahawks. That is a fat L. Unlucky.
They did pretty good in the first half.
They had it. They had,
Niners decided to beat the Niners.
What's that video? What's that meme? They had us in the first half. Not gonna lie.
I don't know if they had them in the first half. They were playing well in the first half.
They were playing well in the first half.
They had them by 1 point.
Wow.
By the way, I apologize for my voice. I'm not as enthusiastic today. I'm not feeling great. Apologies. All right, we move on to the next game, which is the Chargers-Jaguars of the wild card round. It was a very, very, very lopsided game. If you watched a tale of two halves, essentially, the Chargers got off to a humongous lead. I believe it was it a record? I don't know.
No.
Okay, not a record. They were up 20. They were up 27-0 going into either the third quarter or the fourth quarter. I think it was just the second half. And then all of a sudden, Trevor Lawrence, after throwing 4 picks, oh my goodness, Mahomes is very talented. Anyway. Okay, Trevor Lawrence, after throwing 4 picks in the entire first half, back-to-back picks on his first 2 passes, I believe, decided to actually be the pick he was drafted as, and turned it completely reverse. Ended up making one of the greatest comebacks in wildcard history to end up winning the game 31-30. We all picked the Chargers here. Hell of a game from the Jaguars, and a horrific, complete and utter collapse of a second half from the Chargers, who could only manage 1 single field goal the rest of the game. Justin Herbert looked awful. The Chargers looked hideous in the second half, like they had completely already won the game. It was just awful all the way around. He
played
played
in the second half, but he wasn't like.
But he didn't. He didn't get his team in field goal position other than once.
Because his fucking play calls are atrocious.
I know, and their coordinator after that game did in fact get fired for having some of the worst play calls, which is funny because Cole was asking for that guy to be fired all season. If Cole remembers, so that's very interesting. It happened in the wild card round. But anyway, Jaguars, who are currently now playing, did make it to the next round. Congratulations to them. None of us get a point. Unlucky, truly. Then we move on to the Dolphins-Bills game, which Noah was unfortunately very trying to find a reason to not pick the Bills here, but we all ended up doing it. They did win. We all get a point, but it was a very, very close game that ended up being a field goal difference after the Dolphins, who were starting their third-string quarterback, Skylar Thompson, who honestly looked like a third string for most of the game till the second half again, where a great comeback started to happen. And I gotta say one thing, Josh Allen, you gotta fucking chill when you get a lead, bro. You cannot be doing that type of shit in the real games. the real playoff games, because that shit ain't gonna fly against a good team. The Chiefs will eat that ass up if you give them that many turnovers. I'm just saying, back-to-back drives with the pick are not good.
Explain to me how the second interception was his fault.
I'm not saying it was, but you got to be safer with the ball.
Kind of just were saying it was his fault.
Well, there was also other situations. There was a fumble as well, and then the crazy play where the Dolphins recovered the ball on the 2-yard line or whatever they did on the punt. It was a wild game. There was a lot of extenuating circumstances. I'm just saying, Josh Allen, for how much praise we give him, he's got to find the ability to control himself sometimes. He's been doing this a lot recently, not just this year, but last year as well. I think you would agree.
I agree. Josh Allen needs to control his special teams to do better.
No, not that. You know what I'm talking about. All right, we move on. The Giants-Vikings. Cole's probably second favorite game of the wild card round. The Giants with the only pick by tie. Okay, Giants did end up winning this game. I was the only one to pick.
They did.
They won it 31-24. The Vikings, I mean, let's just be frank. They look like complete failures the entire game. They could not get a single.
The frauds that
they did. They were exposed, and I kept to my word of saying I would not pick the Vikings in the first game, and I didn't. I get a point. Cole and Noah both thought the Vikings had enough to beat the Giants, but I always said from the halfway mark of this season, I will not pick the Vikings a single game in the playoffs because I don't believe they're good enough to win against a good team, and lo and behold, they were not. I do find it interesting that they lost to 2 NFC East teams this year. As one of their very few losses. 2 of them came against the NFC East, and one against the Packers. So a lot of NFC losses. Satan
is dead.
Satan is dead. Yeah, Vikings are a one-and-done team, just like we all thought they were. They were a fraudulent team, just like we all thought they were. And I really don't know what they need. I mean, clearly they need a defense, but they got a lot to work on this offseason in terms of shoring up what is a really, pretty damn good offense, but they just have no defense whatsoever, and they were winning
We're
the fourth.
Win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins as their never gonna happen.
Probably not, but
Unless
they
just
don't let
out of the defense.
And let's be honest, the only reason they got to as many wins as they did is because they had a lot of fucking lucky ass miracles in the fourth quarter this year. That's it. They probably wouldn't even be in the the wild card or whatever had that not been half their games were won by a crazy ass fourth quarter. So, putting that out there. All right, next game we had the Ravens-Bengals, which nobody really thought the Ravens were going to stand a chance in this game. All 3 of us did end up picking the Bengals. We all get a point. However, the Ravens made this one hell of a game with their backup QB. If not for the single-handedly, in my opinion, stupidest play call this entire wildcard round by trying to do a jump-over QB sneak on the 1-yard line with one of the stick-figure QBs who has zero ability to protect the ball because he's a stick. That the Ravens could have won this game. There's no doubt. The Bengals took back a 98-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown, which is the longest in playoff history. Very interesting game. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I think that was just a horrible play call. And considering how he's not this guy was Josh Allen, who's thick as fuck and can take a hit. This guy's a stick figure. He's smaller than Lamar, which is saying something.
Stop body shaming.
Stop. I'm just saying it was a weird play call at that point. But the Ravens could have won this game. Bengals did end up winning by a touchdown. It was very close. Burrow did not look great in this game. I don't think we've seen a single playoff game where Burrow has looked great in his entire career, to be honest. He's very good regular season. When it comes to the playoffs, he seems to skirt by on a lot of defensive plays and a lot of running, honestly. They look like a different team in the playoffs every year. Their defense starts to show up out of nowhere when it doesn't do shit all season. So it's very weird. I'm not sure about the Bengals this next round. We'll see. And then finally, the game that made Cole get a hard on. The Cowboys demolished the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Such an accurate game.
It was a very, very blowout. I was the only one to pick the Cowboys because both of you thought the Buccaneers were somehow going to pull out voodoo magic.
No, I just have no faith in the Cowboys.
And And it was funny because this game happened in Tampa, did it not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which was funny. And of course, if the Buccaneers had any actual offense the rest of the game, Brett Maher goes and misses a record 4 extra points in one game, which is not just a playoff record, it's a football record. No kicker has ever missed that many extra points in a single game before. Imagine if the Buccaneers were playing like they normally do. This was like that's how you lose a game right there. But because the Cowboys' defense is one of the best in the league,
Tom Brady.
Yeah, the only Tom Brady can make a kicker on the other team miss 4 extra points.
That would only ever happen against Tom Brady.
Only
I would
Tom
bet you
Brady.
$1 trillion. The only
There's
thing that would ever
no
happen against is Tom
chance another team in history's kicker would miss 4 extra points in a row against anyone else besides Tom Brady.
Yeah, he strikes fear.
He's got that voodoo magic he's got that dark magic that just allows him to make everyone else fuck up at the right time. But unfortunately, his defense sucked and his offense couldn't do anything for most of the game until they got a garbage time touchdown.
He played like
and yes,
shit.
This was probably Tom
was
Brady's
fucking
worst playoff game he's ever played. He could not hit a single pass.
True.
I mean, he was so far off. I think he was like 12 for 30 at one point completion wise. He threw some of the most passes he ever thrown. They couldn't run the ball. He was awful. I highly doubt we'll see Brady back in Tampa again this year.
Funny.
He either probably goes to the Raiders, or if he can't go to the Raiders, he goes to maybe. A lot of people are saying Washington. I don't know about that one. I don't know. They would have to get a lot better, offensive weapon for him to actually, or an O-line. But there's a lot of people saying Washington, so I don't know. I'm going to keep it up there. And the Raiders. Those are the 2 options, or he retires if it's not one of those 2. So we'll have to see. But all right, Cole.
The most overrated athlete of all time is out of the playoffs.
Yes, I'm well aware.
Okay,
Cole.
New week.
After all that, I would just say I beat Cole by 2 points. Noah finished in last with just 2 points. So the score update: I have 1, Cole 0, Noah 0. There we go. Well done. And just as we were speaking, the Jaguars have officially tied this game up. So once again, we have no.
No, they have not.
Okay, yes, it is 7-6. Should they make the extra
point? Brett Maher proved anything.
That's
this game is
true.
Not tied
I
yet.
will give you that. Fair enough. All right, so Cole.
What happens when you put a linebacker on Christian Kirk, you fucking morons? What were you thinking, Chiefs?
Cole, Noah.
Yep.
Any final words about the wild card round that you guys wanted to say?
Fuck the Vikings. Tom Brady's overrated.
Aaron Rodgers, I hope he goes to the Jets, and I hope.
I have heard that.
Why he would go to the Jets?
Why wouldn't he?
Team needs a QB. They're a good team besides a QB.
And also, I hope. Yeah, I hope Brady goes to the Commanders. I hope he does.
You really want him to go to Washington?
I do.
Wow. You don't like Washington that much?
No. Yeah, I don't, but you do.
Yeah, you just want me to be miserable.
They're not going to make the playoffs in that division.
I know.
Yeah.
I just want it to happen.
Brady will just have another year where he won't even make the playoffs if he goes to Washington.
I want him to go to Washington and win a Super Bowl.
I might actually vomit. I might actually just vomit. If we sign Brady, I officially disenfranchise myself from them. I am cutting off fanship.
Then who you could be fans with?
The Chiefs or the Bills. I don't know.
Fuck
Either
you.
one of them. I like the Bengals too.
Bengals more acceptable.
All right. Moving on.
All of his fandom for the Ravens has just died. Apparently,
I like the Ravens. If Lamar re-signs, I'll stay with the Ravens. I like the Ravens, but I'm not staying if Lamar's not there. I have no care about the rest of their offense. It sucks. All right. Moving on. Divisional playoff predictions. Here we go. We have the very first one is the game that's going on currently. The Jaguars are playing the Chiefs. Cole, since you had a great wild card round, we'll start with you. Who's winning this game? It is currently 7-7. You think you're picking the Chiefs here?
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Jaguars are already starting better than they did last week, though. Noah.
Means they won't finish as well.
I got the Jaguars.
The Jaguars. Noah going for the double upset in a row. Wow. Can you give me a reason why?
It'd be kind of funny if they made the Super Bowl.
It'd be kind of funny if they made the Super Bowl. It would certainly be different, that's for sure. All right, I'm going to pick the Chiefs here. I don't see a way that even if the Jaguars play their absolute best game of the entire season, that they win this game.
It'll be funny to watch the Jaguars get absolutely blown out in the Super Bowl by a way better team. Would that be hilarious?
Yeah.
Probably.
Really? That'd be an entertaining game for you to watch a shitty Super Bowl just for the shits and giggles of it?
I think I'd like to see Jaguars win it.
I want you to give me one single reason why you think the Jaguars are going to beat the Chiefs.
Because they've been playing quite good.
They've been playing better for one half.
A good half and a good drive.
Yeah, they just had a great drive right now.
The Chiefs had a terrible defense, but yes, I'll give you that. Okay, so you're taking the Jags though, for real?
Yes.
All right, fair enough. I will be
so boring.
I will be picking the Chiefs because I think Travis Kelce. I think what?
This is an amazing graphic right here.
Oh my god, that thing. I think Travis Kelce, if he wins the Super Bowl this year, is going to retire.
Right now.
I can see that. I think he retires if they win the Super Bowl this year, and I think that's
Why
his.
Is that?
Old? He's not super old, but he's not super old, but like there comes a time where the tight end lifespan is not as long as it once was before. They go out pretty quick.
It's longer than it's ever been before.
That's
for
true.
Tight ends?
For every position.
No, not for running backs. Running backs, it's shorter than it's ever been before.
No, it's not.
Running backs have never had a long lifespan.
I know, but now they're lasting 5-6 years max. Tight ends are lasting 10-ish. A really top-tier tight end is lasting about 10, and I think Travis Kelce's been in the league for over 10 years now.
Yeah, he's 32.
Shorter.
He's quite old for a tight end.
He could play until he was 35 at least.
Yeah.
Maybe, but if they win a Super Bowl here, I think he might GG off of this one. I think that's what he wants to do. He wants to win another one.
I bet he does want to win another one.
I mean, obviously, I just meant like I think he wants to get he probably feels this is one of his best opportunities, and he doesn't know how long he's going to have that with the who knows about the cap space the Chiefs have in the next few years. I just think that he probably feels it's a really, really good opportunity with the way the Chiefs are playing, with the way Patrick's playing, and the defense is playing better this year. I think he probably feels this is one of his last chances. So I wouldn't be surprised if he retired after this, especially if he goes against his own brother in a Super Bowl. If he does that, that would be like a great moment for him to retire as well. So we'll see. Well, it would be. All right, we have to move on to the next game. Giants, Eagles, happening in about 3 hours or so. Noah, who you got?
Eagles.
Whoops, I wrote down the wrong name. All right, got it. Not a surprise. Cole.
I mean, the Giants have a history of this. However, it's not like the Giants have gotten particularly lucky this season.
I think they have.
I agree.
I think they got very lucky this season. I mean, I'm not saying the Giants aren't a good team. I think they've been playing well. I just think that their offense is overrated. I don't think they put up. I think they put up
the best game of his career.
Yes, but I think that they put up way too many numbers for this type of players they have, statistically speaking.
Okay, I mean, whatever.
They just
the
overperform.
Giants have won weird games in the past. I don't think
they remind me
one of those years.
The Giants remind me of the Bengals of last year, where they're overperforming with a team that is not really meant to be this good, and I think they're going to hit a brick wall soon. And and that brick wall is going to be the Eagles.
Don't see. It would be really hard for the Eagles to lose this game.
It would be. Are you picking them?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Eagles.
Gotcha. All right, I will be joining
Mahomes
you.
is limping. Never mind.
Oh
I picked the Jags.
no. I see
Coach is
that.
gonna
Well,
retire.
I've already locked
Chiefs
in.
are done.
It's over, GG. All right, all three picking the Eagles. No shock there. All right, then finally we have what I think will be the second most interesting game this week.
Oh.
The Bengals will be playing the Bills. This is going to be happening in Buffalo, where the Bills.
Took a knee to the ankle.
Whoops, I got a little off track. Anyway, Cole.
Yeah.
Bengals, Bills. Who you got?
The Bills.
The Bills. Cole's riding with that Bills train until he can't.
They're a better team in every way.
They are a better team in every way. They have a better quarterback. They have a better offensive line. They have a better offense. They have a better defense. But this is the game that we should have gotten 3 weeks ago that got canceled. It'll be very interesting to see what happens in this one. Noah, your choice. Oh, wow. Mahomes is sitting down right now.
Joe Burrow has a way of owning elite
quarterbacks. And he's coming right back on. Never mind. You think he's gonna
limping ass is coming back onto the field?
He's a trooper.
He's a fucking idiot. Oh yeah, Bengals are gonna win.
So you're locking in the Bengals there, huh?
Oh yeah.
Wow, that is a very, very confident pick right there.
No, this is not a pick of logic. This is a pick of
Joe Burrow.
He wants it.
Joe Burrow plays very well against good quarterbacks, not in the playoffs. He does not play well against good quarterbacks in the playoffs. His defense plays well against good quarterbacks in the playoffs.
I'm sorry, he wins against good quarterbacks.
Okay, fine. His team wins against good QBs, but you cannot, statistically speaking, he's been terrible in the playoffs. We just got to be honest. He has not been nearly as good as he has been in the regular season, just from the stats alone. So I'm going to pick the Bills because everything on paper screams at me that the Bills should win this game, although I will agree with Noah that part of me wants to pick the Bengals because they continue to beat good teams they should not beat, good quarterbacks they should not beat in the playoffs for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever. Part of me, 25% of me wants to pick the Bengals, but I think I just don't see it happening. All right, and then the final divisional round game, the most interesting game of the entire week. It'll be so fun to watch. The Cowboys will be playing the San Francisco 49ers. The game is happening in San Francisco. No Jerry World buff for the Cowboys. Cole, you had your fun with Tampa, but are you picking the Niners, who you've been rooting for a lot this year?
Have I been rooting for the Niners?
Well, you've been saying they're one of the best teams in the league this year.
That is hardly rooting. Fuck the Niners.
Fine, you're not a Niners fan, but you have been saying that, they're one of the best teams in the league this year. I've said it since the beginning of the year. I said they had the best defense in the league this year. And
they probably do.
At the beginning of the season, I said that. So who are we going, Cole? Are the Cowboys becoming the Cowboys of old, or does Dak turn a page and play like he did last week?
Wouldn't that be them? What's the Cowboys of old?
That's the continue. No. Just the continual failure and disappointment and absolute embarrassment in the playoffs that they do every time they make it.
I mean, I feel like both of these defenses are going to do what they're supposed to do. And it's really just going to come down to, I'm sure Brock Purdy will play okay. It's really just going to come down to whether or not Dak's going to play great or not.
So you're saying that this game comes on to Dak's arm?
It's really going to depend on Dak. Because I don't think Brock Purdy is
I think he's a bit overhyped right now.
The Niners offense is not totally reliant on him to play great to win. They don't need him to play amazing to win. I don't think he's played amazing. He has a lot of great counting stats, but it's not like he's made some unbelievable plays or anything.
That's true.
They don't need him.
That's true.
The Cowboys need Dak to play
really good,
as well as he played last week to win, but they need him to not be bad to win.
I agree.
I think if Dak plays very good, the Cowboys will probably win.
So are you picking Dak then to carry them? Are you trusting the Cowboys in the playoffs? That is probably the hardest thing to trust.
Oh man.
Or are you trusting?
A couple weeks ago,
you would have never
Cowboys
picked the
had
Cowboys.
won a bunch of games. I was like, if Dak just plays well, they could probably win the Super Bowl. Then he didn't play so well. And I was like,
he did not.
Never mind. Niners had the better defense. Cowboys had the better quarterback. And I don't know if they have a better offense. Better receivers. I think, what's his face is probably better than Debo. Yeah, CD Lamb is probably better than Debo.
They do different things.
That's true. Debo's more of a running back.
Hard to judge those
I'll
two.
take the Niners, I guess.
Damn. You really thought about that one.
I think they have a better roster overall.
I would agree with you. I think these teams are actually very similar, though. I think the Cowboys are more built on their run game, more so than the Niners are. I think the Niners are built on a variety of ways of playing, whereas the Cowboys, if they cannot get their run game going, Dak will not play very well because he has to have a run game to play well. That's just the way it is. So if the Niners stop that run game, Dak is going to fuck up, and he's going to fuck up a lot. The Niners defense is the best in the league, in my opinion. They're going to be really ready to stop this, Cowboys run game. I think Dak is going to really struggle in the first half. It really just depends on, does he get going in the second half? The Cowboys are probably going to pick off Brock Purdy once or twice. I just think their defense is it's just too good to not sack him, at least force a couple turnovers here and there. Will that be enough for the Cowboys to hold on and win is the question. We have seen the Niners look questionable sometimes when their defense doesn't do stuff, but when they do, they're disgusting. So I'm going to agree with Cole here. I think the Niners just irk out a win. It's going to be really close. They're very similar teams. I think the Cowboys are going to come in here guns blazing after that win, and they're going to feel really good. And then I think they're going to get shut down early, and they're going to have to claw their way back. What do you think, Noah?
Niners, easily.
Oh, easily.
Easily.
Wow. All right. That's interesting. You're very confident.
Yeah, and Mr. Purdy.
Mr. Purdy. All right. Well, that is our divisional round.
Oh, sit down. You've been limping for 5 minutes, bro. Sit the fuck down.
That is our divisional playoff round. Playoff predictions. Currently, the Chiefs. Just a quick update: the Chiefs are winning 10-7. However, Mahomes apparently is limping with some type of injury to his knee, it appears.
The D lineman fell into his ankle.
Oh, the D lineman fell into his ankle. We will have to see how that affects the rest of this game. But, of course, we've already locked in our predictions. Noah's still riding or dying with the... let me put a divisional round prediction. Noah's still riding or dying with the Jags either way. Me and Cole are doing the same pick of the Chiefs. We'll have to see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching, and let us know if you guys have the same type of predictions, what you guys think, and who will be heading to their respective AFC, NFC championship game. We will see you guys next week for the conference championships, and then, of course, our Super Bowl predictions, where we will also wrap up. I don't think Noah was here for this, but me and Cole did preseason predictions of who'd be in the Super Bowl, who'd be in the playoffs, and who would do well.
We don't need to.
I think it'd be very, very interesting to see. We definitely need to recover to see Cole's. We will be doing that for the Super Bowl predictions as well.
I think that's completely unnecessary.
I think it's very necessary. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.